What's up, you guys? Today, I just got back from seeing the latest A24 movie, The Drama. This movie follows Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, and right before, I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers because obviously this whole thing is like about a big, gigantic secret of Zendaya's past in this movie. So I'm not going to drop any spoilers, so feel free to stay around, watch this full video, and if you guys like this video, please make sure you like it. Spread some love to the channel and make sure you guys subscribe and ring the bell in the description down below to watch future reviews like this. But anyways, let's get to the review. Okay, so right after seeing this movie, this is definitely going to be a very controversial movie because of its subject matter. And we're not going to talk about the subject matter on here, but what I will say is this movie, obviously, if you watch the trailer, Robert Pattinson and Zendaya are a newlywed couple, or actually they're about to be newlyweds. They're planning for their wedding, right? And they're with a few friends, two friends, and they go around sharing their deepest, darkest story of what they've done in their past, like their darkest moment in their life, right? And each one says a story, but then when it gets to Zendaya's turn, it's a very shocking realization of what her past is. From the trailer, it doesn't show anything, and you know what? I give this movie props because the marketing, honestly, took me in a completely different direction of what I was expecting. Like everything that I was expecting, like my friends who saw it, I was like, "Did she do this? Did she do that?" And they're like, "No, no, you're not gonna guess it." And like honestly, watching the movie, when they say what she did, it's completely catches you out of left field, and you're like, there's a moment where you're like, you don't believe it, like you're like, this can't be real. And then all of a sudden, like you realize, oh my god, this is crazy that this movie is heading in this direction. Because for the first like 20 minutes or so, um, it feels like a typical rom com. You're like, okay, this is a romantic comedy. This is cute. I like this. And then it turns into, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And since it is such a serious subject matter, there are moments where this movie is super serious and concerning and dark. And this movie is very dark. But there are also times where the whole theater, because I was actually in a packed theater. Now, I went to this movie late at night. There were moments where people were just laughing at the most darkest things because this is uncomfortably funny. Like there are serious dark moments that are kind of concerning and you're kind of anxious, but you're laughing. And honestly, during those moments, you really shouldn't be laughing, but definitely the direction of the movie, it's intended for you to laugh. I think that was the goal because the subject matter, like I said, is so serious, but there are scenes that there's like a quick one liner said, and you're just like, it's so, ironic to what's going on that you just burst out laughing that you're like this can't be happening, this is crazy. um and honestly, sometimes this movie feels like an Office episode where there's so much secondhand embarrassment when you're watching some scenes and some sequences and you're just like, this can't be happening, this is so, oh my gosh, you just want to go and hide. But somehow you're still attracted to it and you just want to watch it because this whole movie from start to finish is like a train wreck, a slow, agonizing train wreck that starts off romantically. It starts off beautifully. The train ride's going great. And all of a sudden, the rails just start breaking apart and the train just goes phew, because this movie quickly goes off the rails. And by the end of it, you're just going up and up and up. And it's just so, it goes so crazy and beyond to the point where you're just like, I just can't believe we ended up here. There's also one specific friend in this movie. Her name is Rachel. And the whole time, before the whole reveal of what Zendaya did in her past, we see Rachel hanging out with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, and her character is one of the most awfulest characters I've ever seen in my life. And her character was meant to be that way. Like, for sure, I took it that way. She's probably one of the worst friends I would ever seen, and yet somehow she's the bridesmaid. What? I couldn't believe it because, like, even from the start of the movie, she was saying things that were so backhanded and mean to the point when you see this thing that Zendaya did and what she went through. And like, obviously, her whole character is about getting over what she did, in character development in real life. But this Rachel character, here's one small thing. Well, not here's one thing about her past and all of a sudden just explodes, is so rude, so agonizingly annoying about it that you're just like, awful. Like you're such a like awful person. But regardless of that, this movie from start to finish, like I said, is like a train wreck. And I love those types of movies. A movie that can make me feel such anxiety while watching it. It makes me feel that I'm interested. It shows me that I'm super interested in the story because this plot is kind of I wouldn't say it's simple. It actually takes me off the rails. It's like almost like a plot twist, the reveal. And it goes in tons of different directions where characters start interacting with the certain situation that Zendaya's character brought upon them. And seeing each character go on what they need to recover from hearing this information, they all do different things. And some characters in the beginning you love, and by the end of the movie, you're just like, oh, I hate you. Or in the beginning, you hated it, and in the ending, you like them. And another thing I wanted to shout it out is also the cinematography and the score. The way this movie looks is so great. I love seeing the different little visual cues and the visual shots. There are also a ton of jokes within this visually and I guess verbally. There's one specific photo shoot that's really hysterical because of the irony behind it. And honestly, it can really go past your mind, but it quickly caught on to me the way they were repeating some certain words, and it really was making me laugh a lot because I was like, I this can't be real. Also, seeing some things like there are a lot of moments in this movie where they show things that you think characters are imagining, right? Like Robert Pattinson would be imagining a ton of different things in this movie, but it would show like what he's imagining as if it's really happening, and then it wouldn't happen. When there are parts within this movie that are happening, you're like, this can't be real, right? This is all in Robert Pattinson's head. This can't be real. And then you realize, oh my god, that really happened. This movie really went there. It's gonna mess up a lot of things. And when it was going on, I was like, oh, okay, this is a vision. It's not real. And then I went, wait, that really happened? Oh my god, we're like, this is nuts. And that actually was going on a few times throughout the film. I thought that was really cool. Score was also really good. It was really anxiety inducing the way Robert Pattinson, especially when it was on him, his score, his anxiety building up throughout the film, and then all of a sudden it would pan to Zendaya, and Zendaya is whenever her character's around, she's deaf in one ear throughout the whole film. They explain that early on in the movie, and I think it's really cool that whenever she appears, the score will just go silent because she can't hear out of the one ear. So overall, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a really good watch, and actually is one of my favorite movies of the year currently. It's sitting in my top three. Here are my overall thoughts on it. I think the best part about this movie, like I said, was the acting abilities from Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. This actually might be my favorite Zendaya role that I've seen her in. I don't think I could say that about Robert Pattinson. I think he was really good as the Batman and in The Lighthouse. But honestly, this role is right up there with one of the best roles that he has done. They were such a good pairing too for this movie. At parts like I couldn't even tell that they were Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I was fully invested in their characters. But yeah, the acting was super great. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. Like I said, I could see myself over time either really liking this more or really liking it kind of less, depending on how I'm feeling. Because, like I said, I feel like this movie is very controversial. But because of that, it made me think a lot, and I like movies that make me feel a certain way or make me think about like society norms and stuff. And because of that, I'm putting it in my top three of the year as of right now. I do think that this was better than Project Hail Mary. Oh, my overall score, I'm giving an 81 out of 100. I think this is really good. I don't think I'll be in my top 10 of the year. I don't think that at all. We'll see, though, by the end of the year if there's any great movies for this year, which I think there's going to be a ton. So I don't think this is going to be up there for the top 10, but it's definitely one that I'm going to be thinking about a lot. And maybe on rewatch, I'll like it even more. So we'll see how it is on rewatch over time. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you stayed this long, make sure you like it. Spread some love, please. If you like this video, make sure you like it. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to see future videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe down below. With all that being said, movie nerd out. Peace.